Eagles Cowboys Sunday at the Link. This is one of the biggest games of the year, and the Birds must come out on top. What is up, everybody? Welcome into A to Z Philly. You know the drill. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. Don't miss any of the coverage. We'll be live halftime post-game on Sunday, hopefully when the Birds are whooping the Dallas Cowboys. What happened to the rivalry, man? It has been a very, very oddly silent week. I haven't heard a lot of smack talk. Even Brian Westbrook had tweeted out something about that. Where's all the hate at, man? This is supposed to be hate week. There are not many things in life that I despise more than the Dallas Cowboys, and the Birds have a chance to really make a statement this weekend. They need to get it done. In fact, a cop this morning on WIP called the radio and was ranting about the Dallas Cowboys, about how much we should hate them, about how much he personally despises the Cowboys, and then mid-call, he had to go pull somebody over. All right, that is a man committed to the profession, but still committed to Philadelphia sports. As he's calling into the radio, you got to love it. You have to love it. But let's talk about this game, man. Give me your prediction down below. Will the Birds win this game? I'm going to tell you why it's the biggest game of the year and why they have to win it and why I think they will. Give me your final prediction down below. Before we jump into all of it, a shout out to our sponsor of today's video, BetMGM. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up with the code ATOZPA. And receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get parlay selection, features, live betting options, player props, daily boosted odds specials, and more. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. So find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Sign up today with the bonus code ATOZPA. Get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. I don't even have to tell you what my bet of the week is. You already know. We're going for 7 straight weeks, pumping the over on AJ. I don't even know what it's at right now, but the last couple weeks it's been around 85, 90. Would expect it to be similar, and I think he's going over again. Why? Because he's the best damn receiver in the league. We'll talk about how important he will be in this game, but I want to look at the injury report. This was yesterday. As of Thursday, we have not received the final injury report yet. But as you can see, a lot of the guys who have been on there listed again. One guy to keep your eye on here, Cam Jurgens, most likely not coming back for this game. And now Sua Opeta with that hip injury is still listed. But according to reports, it seems like the Eagles are going to go with rookie offensive lineman Tyler Steen out of Alabama, 3rd-round pick this year. I'll be honest, that makes me a little nervous, right? Making your first start in a game like this in Eagles Dallas week against the Cowboys, like, you have to show up and be ready to play. Now, the Cowboys pass rush hasn't been anything crazy, but still, that is a tough assignment for your first game. Obviously, he's an Alabama product. He has, former teammates on this line, and he can get comfortable, and he's looked just fine in practice. But this week, that's a whole different type of environment. So keep your eyes on that. We'll see if Tyler Steen gets to start. Cowboys don't have any really new injuries, a couple guys on IR, but let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys. How do the Eagles win this game? Well, first off, they already have an advantage. And as I talked about earlier in the week, Jerry Jones came out and actually did something right for once. He learned from his mistake when the Cowboys got absolutely blasted by the Niners. They got beat by 30. He came out this week and said, I made a mistake talking way too quick against the 49ers. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to poke the bear. But what did the Cowboys do? Dak Prescott followed suit in what the Cowboys always do, whether it's the fan base, the organization, the outsiders, whoever it is. Dak came out and made a mistake. He went and got too cocky. He said, if I'm going up against a bear in a fight, pour honey on me. Essentially, I'm going full in. I'm diving in. And, he's ready to go into the woods by himself. Okay, Dak, you are going to have monsters waiting for you, ready to eat you alive. But yeah, we'll pour honey on you. We'll pour honey. Just like a couple years ago when the Eagles and Nick Sirianni had the dog shirts and all that going. Bulletin board material. That's number one. That's why I think the Eagles have an advantage in this game. But let's talk about the football part of it, okay? The Dallas Cowboys do not have nearly as good of a defensive line as the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Eagles have the best rushing defense in the league, and the Cowboys are, not nearly as good. I mean, they're decent, but nowhere as near as good as the Eagles. Whichever running game can get going in this game will certainly have a huge boost from the jump. And I will say, the Eagles have not been running the ball effectively. DeAndre Swift really has not been seen that much for the last 4 weeks. Not close to what he was the first couple weeks. Kenny Gainwell's, chirping at haters on Instagram at halftime. That stuff cannot happen. Boston Scott injured. Rashad Penny not utilized. Eagles are going to have to find that running game and get it back. It will be vital in this game, especially to keep that Cowboy offense off the field. And, that Cowboy offense exploded last week. They're coming in with a lot of confidence. They're high on this game, and they always play the Eagles well. We know, right, based on past years, especially the last 5-6 years, the Cowboys have had the Eagles number. They have played really well. A couple of those games are kind of fluff because, they were the last game of the year and the starters weren't playing. But I'll be honest, the Cowboys have played well. Dak Prescott has played well. And, as much as I hate the Cowboys, I do have to give them some credit. They do have some big-time playmakers. But I think the Eagles have more. As you can see, 7th in sacks, 4th in QB hits. The Eagles' defensive line, led by Josh Sweat and Hassan Reddick and Jalen Carter and the rest of these boys, Fletcher Cox, they need to go out there and establish dominance. First off, they got to take the run game away. I don't think Pollard has been really, over-the-top explosive. I think he's had some decent games, but you can't let this be a breakout game for Tony Pollard. You take that element away, which you've done all year long, then you will force Dak Prescott into making bad decisions. And when Dak Prescott starts to turn the ball over, especially early in the game, he honestly, from an outsider view, it looks like he brings the whole damn team down. That's what he does when he starts throwing picks in the first quarter, and he hasn't done it much recently. He has been better, with everybody coming at him, making fun of him, but the Eagles' D-line is ferocious. They will attack. The Cowboys are actually one of the highest blitzing teams in the league. The Eagles need to do the same. Sean Desai, don't let back, right? Don't take your foot off the gas. No, fire all the cannons. Go right at Dak Prescott and put him on the ground. And I know we say these things every week, but that's how you do it, right? Last week, you played conservative. You let Sam Howell go, 24 for 26 in the first half? You cannot do that. Now, the Eagles' pass defense, on the other hand, has given up the 3rd most touchdown passes on the year, 16. They've allowed the 7th most passing yards per game and the 8th highest opponent passer rating, and they have not looked sharp as of late. I am going to need statement games out of Darius Slay, James Bradbury. Really, your big-time playmakers need to step up and make a few big hits or a few big plays. I will say when it comes to Dallas, they have been taking the ball away a lot. They are like 5th in the league in terms of takeaways, and the Eagles are top 5 in giveaways, right? The Eagles are giving the ball away. They've been turning it over a lot. Last week, Jalen Hurts played a lot better, but you know what, Jalen? You need to go out there and outperform Dak Prescott. I don't want the Eagles to win this game by 2 points. I want them to win by 22 points. I want them to make a statement so everybody and their mother cannot say anything about this. If the Eagles lose this game, it is going to sting. It is going to be disgusting. They better win this game. Protect your home field at the link. Protect your home field. Dan Quinn's a very sharp defensive coordinator, very precise. He's going to move guys around, and the Eagles need to go out there and shut down that Cowboy offense. They think it's potent. They think it's the best of all time. That's what they always do. Which defense will be able to make the big plays? Now, a part of that is the offensive side, and I think that is the big matchup in this game. Shout out to my guy, Joe Castro, Philly to Pod. He put this on Twitter. CeeDee Lamb has 46 catches for 633 yards and 3 touchdowns this year, and this month alone, A.J. Brown has 40 catches for 700 yards and 5 touchdowns. Now, A.J. Brown has set NFL history. He is the best receiver in the league by far right now. He's going to be lined up in some different spots. CeeDee Lamb's going to be lined up in the slot, and that certainly concerns me. That's one of my main keys, right? Who's going to guard CeeDee Lamb? Are they going to move Bradbury inside? Is it going to be like a Josiah Scott or an Eli Ricks? They need to figure this stuff out because CeeDee has been very, very effective. And on the other hand, A.J. Brown's been the best in the league. But DeRon Bland for the Cowboys, he has been very surprisingly good, and Gilmore is actually still giving them more in the tank than I thought he would. The Cowboys versus the Eagles receivers, and the Eagles secondary versus the Cowboy receivers, that'll really, make a big test here in this game. That'll determine, in my opinion, who wins this game. If AJ can go out and continue this historic run he's on, and Devontae can come back with another 9,900-yard game this week, Eagles should have this in the bag. If they can outscore and they can go up early and get a big lead, I feel comfortable. And the Cowboys also have not really performed well at all in terms of guarding tight ends. Dallas Goedert needs to have a big game as well. I think the Eagles need to pass protect, not turn the ball over, not commit a lot of penalties, all the main things, but they're very magnified in this type of game, in this environment. And I think the Dallas Cowboys have one of the best playmakers in the league. As much as it pains me to say, because I freaking hate them, Micah Parsons is a game changer. The other guys up front for Dallas haven't really done a lot this year, but Micah Parsons has 6 sacks. He's all over the field. You can line him up anywhere. He is dangerous. And with the Eagles maybe starting a guy for the first time this year, you need to worry about that. Jalen cannot be forced into bad decision-making. He needs to throw the ball away when necessary. The Eagles are starting the toughest stretch that they've had in recent years. Now, you go into the bye. If you can win this game, you're up a game and a half. If you can go up 2.5 games, go into the bye, feeling comfortable, getting healthy, and then you go play the Niners, the Chiefs, the Bills, Seahawks, right? You feel a lot better. Even if you say drop a game against the Chiefs or the Niners, you feel okay, right? You're going to lose a couple of those games. But if you go out here and lose this game, and now Cowboys are creeping in, then you're off next week while they're playing, and then you have to start this gauntlet, it is not going to feel comfortable. The Eagles could do a lot this week in terms of, hopefully inching towards that number 1 seed at the end of the year, which we saw was so effective and so helpful last year. They need to win this game, make a damn statement, and shut those damn Dallas fans up. I will be here talking my smack. I said it was going to be a blowout, but you know what? I'm going to come down to earth a little bit. I think the Birds win this 34-28. I think the Cowboys get a late score, and, they make it closer than it may seem. And I think the Eagles get the ball back last and they kneel it down. They win it. Maybe even a brotherly shove for the hell of it. And I think the Birds win. But you know what, Dak, they will pour honey on you and they will eat you alive. You made a mistake and maybe you'll learn from this. But those are my thoughts. Give me your predictions down below. We will see how it plays out. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.